Welcome back to Squawk Box. The supply chain is broken. Workers are in short supply. Inflation is raging. Those are the problems. So which states are part of the solution? We're getting set to reveal America's top states for business in our annual executive study. And CNBC's Scott Cohen is in the mystery top state to explain how we choose. Scott, help us with the mystery. I'm trying to just I'm already starting to look at the background here. But you're not really there.
So
or maybe you are.
We're inside. We're inside because it might be pitch black still outside this time of the morning, or it might be bright sunshine, or it might be raining. Anyway, we try and keep this a mystery. That's one of the things that we do every year. And this formula that we use, which we've been using every year since 2007, is built for change, which is good because so much is changing right now. But it also lets us hold the states to a consistent set of standards, our 10 categories of competitiveness. Here's how it works.
We start by analyzing every state's economic development pitch. The more they mention a particular selling point, the more weight it carries in our study. This year, pretty much every state is touting its workforce. No great surprise. So this year, workforce carries the most weight. We look at how well educated the workforce is, also migration and industry-recognized skills. Next, infrastructure, development sites, roads and bridges, the power grid, and sustainability. The cost of doing business, increasingly important because of inflation. The economy, life, health, and inclusion, including crime, the environment, healthcare, protections against discrimination, and new this year, childcare, technology and innovation, business friendliness, education, access to capital, and the cost of living.
Also this year, we're paying special attention to two emerging industries, cryptocurrency and cannabis, in our tech and business friendliness categories. You can read more about this methodology, figure out how we choose the top states for business, and read more about all of this at topstates.cnbc.com. Again, topstates.cnbc.com, which is where you will also be able to see where your state ranks when we reveal the full study tomorrow morning right here on Squawk Box. And the other thing that we do every year, our patented diabolical hints. Here is your first one. Where am I? Caffeine fix. Caffeine fix. That is our first hint. And again, read more about all of this at topstates.cnbc.com. Figure out who is the top state for business.
Okay, so what do you think, Joe? I mean, I don't want to ruin it for people. And I don't know. We don't know. We generally don't know. Caffeine fix.
No. Colombia, South America.
No,
I got that. Oh, no. That's not a state.
You got it.
No, it's not a
Caffeine fix. And then he's got some wildlife behind him.
You know what? Previous years, I know how diabolical he is, and I've given up. He's not going to drag me into this.
But think about caffeine.
You're not going to drag me into a cone because I never get anywhere with it.
Would caffeine fix have anything to do with the state of Washington?
Go ahead.
Because of Seattle.
Because of Seattle, and I'm thinking of the Starbucks. Caffeine fix?
Yeah, except Washington is probably dead last.
Right, that's why I would think his might be struggling.
Yeah, it'd be like the last place you'd want to have a business. You have to consider that when you think, could he be there and go, no, that's the worst state in the world.
That's not the worst state. It's a wonderful state. It's a beautiful
for capitalists.
Depending.
Every state is great. I mean, they all have their own qualities.
The state of denial.
I won't be able to sleep tonight, obviously, because tomorrow we've got the big reveal, so you're going to have to tune in. I'm going to be thinking about this from now on until then and guessing. What do you think about, he had this little finger puppet. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
I told you, I've given up. I've given up.
Nothing? You got nothing for me?
I know what. See, for me, I know what the last three states were, or four states. So, I mean, right. they sort of rejigger things.
Do you think it's going to be repeated?
Well, I know what states I think are good for business, and I know which ones I think are not. And you can't just change the
algo?
Parameter, the algo, just to get a new one every time. I think it should be the same one every year, Scott. When was Georgia?
No. Oh, Georgia was, I want to say, 2013.
And Virginia was twice, wasn't it?
And
Texas.
Virginia was the last two. Texas has done it a lot. Washington State has been a top state in the past.
Washington State has.
Yeah, you know.
That was before Jay Inslee.
It has.
No, I'm sticking with that. The caffeine fix.
Washington?
Yes, because I actually think, by the way, and I know you'll think this is political, I think some of the states that you just mentioned may actually be harder for certain businesses.
What?
Maybe harder for certain businesses.
Oh, that's because of those ESG things he puts in at the end.
And think about the way that we choose. And these are the things that states are talking about. That's the categories that carry the most weight. So, you know, what state has a great workforce?
You can't help but make it.
What state has great infrastructure?
People that, depending on where you are, you'd be like, no, that's a horrible state versus, well, that's a great state. But once again, it's the country is very deeply divided on a lot of issues.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.